All right, today we're doing something really interesting. We're going to deconstruct the whole process of investing in a boarding house, what they call a kosan, in a really unique place, Batam, Indonesia. We've taken a pretty dense report and boiled it down into a playbook, a real strategy for anyone looking to get it. So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the opportunity itself. Then, we'll get into the legal maze, because it's tricky. After that, it's all about the numbers, building and running the place. We'll cover the big risks and common mistakes, and then we'll put it all together into your step-by-step playbook.
Okay, first things first. Why are we even talking about Batam? Well, the whole opportunity is built on a really steady demand for housing. You've got this booming industrial scene and a growing number of students who all need a place to live. So who are these potential tenants?
What's really interesting here is how cleanly the market is divided. You can see it right here. At the most basic level, you're looking at industrial workers. But then you move into the mid-range, maybe add air conditioning, and suddenly you're attracting students and young professionals. Go even higher, and you've got professionals with more cash to spend. The takeaway is super simple. The rent you can charge is a direct result of the quality you decide to build.
Okay, now we get to the part that trips a lot of people up. You got to understand, investing in Batam is different. It has this unique kind of complicated legal system that really comes down to two very important acronyms you have to know. First, you've got HGB. Think of this as your fundamental right to build. It's not like you own the land into eternity. No, this gives you the legal right to put up a building and own that building for a set amount of time. It's the very foundation of you owning this asset.
But, and this is a big but for Batam, there's another really critical layer called UWTO. The easiest way to think about it is like an annual land lease fee that you have to pay straight to the Batam authorities. It's not optional, it's a recurring cost, and if you don't budget for it properly, it can absolutely sink your whole investment. Which naturally leads to the one question that every single investor has to get an answer to before they do anything else. How much is this thing actually going to set me back?
And when you go looking for an official answer, you find out pretty quickly that, well, it's complicated. There's no simple price list you can just look up.
And this is exactly why people call the UWTO a black box. The fee you're going to pay isn't just listed somewhere. It changes depending on where the property is, what it's zoned for, even the type of transaction. The online calculators, they don't even have a category for boarding house. So the bottom line, and you have to hear this, is you absolutely must talk directly to the local authority, BP Batam, to get a real number.
All right, so let's imagine you've cracked the legal code. Now it's time to talk about the money. And you've really got two big piles of costs to get your head around. The one-time cost to actually build the thing, and then all the ongoing costs to keep it running. Now just look at the massive jump in construction costs here. A boarding house probably sits right in that mid-range sweet spot. But notice what happens if you decide to go for higher-end finishes. Your cost per square meter can easily double. That single decision, mid-range versus high-end, is one of the biggest forks in the road for your budget.
And once you're up and running, the bills don't stop. As you can see pretty clearly, utilities and maintenance are always going to be the two biggest slices of your monthly budget. Things like electricity to run the AC, that's just not negotiable if you want those mid to high-tier tenants. If you underestimate these two, you'll watch your profits just vanish. Look, no investment is a sure thing, and Batam has its own special flavor of risks. It's really helpful to split them into two camps: the official, on-paper risks, and then the common, unwritten mistakes that so many new investors make.
So here's what's so crucial to understand. Your biggest financial risks probably aren't what you think. It's not a market crash, it's surprises. Look at this list. That UWWT fee popping up bigger than you thought, that can wreck your budget. Getting a vague construction quote, that leads to massive cost overruns. These are not abstract concepts. These are real, concrete financial mistakes that can kill a project.
But then you have these other pitfalls. These are the mistakes that come from not having experience on the ground. You know, underestimating how long it actually takes to get a permit, picking the wrong local builder, or thinking you don't need to build good relationships with the neighbors. These are the problems that money can't easily solve.
So, after laying out all those challenges, you might be thinking, man, is this even worth it? And look, it's a fair question. But the good news is, with the right game plan,
you can manage these risks. So we boiled all this down into a super clear 4-step playbook.
So here it is. This is the playbook. It's designed specifically to protect you from the risks we just talked about. Number 1, research. And I mean hyper-local. Don't just research Batam. Research the specific street you want to build on. 2, legal. Go straight out that UWTO issue. Get a local lawyer on day 1. 3, numbers. Get detailed quotes, not estimates, and build a real budget with a contingency fund. And 4, people. Your success, in the end, is all about the local team you build around you.
And that brings us right here to the final thought. This playbook gives you a path, it gives you a strategy, but it doesn't make the hard work disappear. It still takes serious diligence, it takes capital, and it takes a real willingness to deal with uncertainty. So the final question isn't just about whether Batam is a good opportunity, it's about whether you're the right person to seize it.